There is a Southern revival awakening in our great nation. We are here to highlight the makers, creators, chefs, and communities revitalizing the traditions of Southern food, local cuisine, and craftsmanship. Welcome to the South in Your Mouth podcast.
Hello.
Ways that whatever Keith did to win Denim Fest.
Well, you know,
I think you were too.
happen.
I think you were too original.
yeah, maybe.
What'd you cook?
I did a Chinese steamed bao bun
Okay.
with, and then I took my pork butts that we were doing instead of whole hog. But I took those and I injected them with orange juice, Chinese 5-spice, a little bit of toasted sesame oil.
Right on.
Smoked those. Made some house-made hoisin sauce. Tossed the meat in that. Went into the bao bun. Did an Asian slaw with a little bit of a little more hoisin on sauce and jalapeno on top of that.
Damn.
That sounds
It
fantastic.
does.
They were pretty darn good. And then we threw in a little extra side of bread pudding just for
Hey,
good measure.
that bread pudding would have won a whole hog competition on its own. You didn't
It's
even have to cook a
legendary.
hog.
We did have someone ask us where the pork was in the bread pudding. But we
It's
didn't
in
do
there.
it.
It's in there. It's
It
lard.
was.
Just
It
don't
was
worry about
love. It was made with good old love. So Keith, I know I've had you on live before, and we really wanted you in here because one, it's fun having you here, but two, we wanted to have you on a podcast where we could put it out there and all. So tell us a little bit about. I know you're a local legend. When I say local, Atlanta area legend. You've been in the restaurant world for many moons.
I've been in a restaurant business, not counting my military time, short stint in corporate world, for 45 years.
You should be retired by now.
My first job was washing dishes from 11 at night till 7 in the morning at Sambo's.
What's Sambo's?
Sambo's was like a Denny's.
Okay. Where was that?
This was in Macon, Georgia.
Okay.
Yep. Right off Eisenhower Parkway, right in front or right next to the service merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been a while.
I couldn't wait to get that service merchandise catalog in the mail. Used to look at all the telescopes. Don't know what I was looking at, but
Yeah.
microscopes, telescopes,
Yep,
they
I
had it
remember
all.
that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the beginning of my restaurant world. But I grew up in Macon, did some, went to college at Mercer University, went to the military for a little bit, did my 11 Bravo thing there. Those of you in the military, in the Army, know what that is. It's 11B, which is the 11 bullet stopper is what they call it.
Yep.
Infantry. So it was a lot of fun. But did my time in the military, loved it. Then got out when I was out in the military. I went to work. My first restaurant job was Wendy's. Then I went to work for Steak and Ale. But most recently, it was I worked with Ray at Ray's on the River and Ray's Killer Creek. I was a operating partner with him. And then after that, left there and then went and worked for the Fox Brothers for 9 years.
So you're not like new to barbecue. One, you're not like new to the restaurant world, which I still am. But you're not new to barbecue. I mean, you and the brothers, man, y'all go way back. You were there.
I learned a lot from those guys, and they are some of the most giving, most cool people you ever work for. They're good folks. They do a lot for their community around them, and they employ a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really do.
So it's so weird that our live is live, and it's only got Keith in it. Look at that. Like, and it's even turned sideways.
Wow, that's interesting.
They're blocking us from doing anything cool anymore. Like
Election results.
It's only showing Keith in the thing. Like, it's showing him like that the whole time. And all, and I forgot.
I'm sorry, everybody. You
Yeah,
can't see
you can
this
stare
beauty
at him.
around me.
Oh, we are. You'll have to tune into YouTube to get to see the rest of the show. Cam actually has his shirt off. If you're on Facebook Live.
That's weird. Yeah.
Oh God. So with that, what you were GM over it? Were you one of the managers?
I was GM at the DeKalb Avenue location.
Okay.
Their first and biggest store. That place was an old Texaco gas station. And I tell you what, I would come home every day, just wore out, because once that place filled up, it was full until, especially weekends, it was full until it was time to close. And I will never forget the 4th of July. We did 586 racks of ribs.
Dang.
Holy shit.
That was just the ribs. That was just that one location. That wasn't the brisket and the pork and the chicken and everything else. It was just the ribs.
Golly.
So yeah, those guys, they know how to do it. They know how to do it right. They put a consistent, great product out all the time.
And they're on location number
They just got
4?
4. They just opened 4.
Toco Hills, right?
Toco Hills, yep. Along with Creature Comforts.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's with Creature Comforts.
Wild Haven.
No, Wild Haven.
Yeah, Wild Haven Brewery.
And then the other one they did have is down at the ballpark with the guys from Terrapin.
Mm-hmm.
But that used to be a licensing deal, right? Now it's them.
Right.
Okay, got it. So there's a lot of ties to a lot of things in Atlanta. And if you grew up here in Atlanta, I know you've eaten at one of multiple places that Keith has had his hands in.
Whenever I tell people I worked at Ray's, they say, "Oh, I did my junior senior or my anniversary at Ray's on the River or something like that." It's always something. Or for the really old folks, and then they come, my age, they come and say, "Oh, I was at Steak and Ale for my my prom night." So
I heard that they're making a comeback or talking about it.
they opened one. I think it's in Minnesota. I think they opened the first location back.
I tell you what, I do love some steak and ale.
Yep.
I don't know.
Road trip.
Yeah. I think there's some in Texas too.
That's where they originated. They were part of the whole thing with what was the gentleman's name who did Chili's? I can't remember, but he was part of it.
Okay.
Then at one point Pillsbury owned them, and then,
Really?
oh yeah.
Wow.
But it was a fun company to work for.
So I know last time we kind of talked about how you got to Big Easy. So I'm not going to bring all that up.
Yeah.
It's not even worth talking about.
Nope.
But tell us a little bit about Big Easy.
Big Easy BBQ. I had a friend of mine. His name's Dean Berthelot. He was I've known Dean for 20 plus years. He was a chef at Ray's in the City and Ray's on the River. He from New Orleans. Went to culinary school down there. He was the first executive chef of the House of Blues in New Orleans.
Very cool.
I mean, he was gonna hang out with us up here, and he was gonna be our partner up here. He ended up moving back to New Orleans. He landed on his feet though. He's doing okay for a while. I know he was. Drew Brees owns like 6 or 7 of these big locations, almost like Dave & Buster's.
Okay.
And he was the executive chef over all of those.
Oh, wow.
So he landed on his feet. He did okay.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But Dean still stays in touch with me, make sure I'm not screwing stuff up. But he, when we decided to launch brunch, which we did just recently, I said, I need a recipe for beignets. And so he sent me a recipe for beignets. And literally he said, do not stray 1 gram from these things. And it's literally says 2/3 of a cup of evaporated milk plus 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons. And he said, do not stray because it will not work out right if you don't. But they turn out really good. So,
That's awesome.
They are good.
I love a good beignet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that, I know I love everything about your restaurant. I love the Cajun food. I love the barbecue. The smoked wings are some of the best there is in Cherokee County. And you smoke fry them or smoke them
Right.
and then fry them
Absolutely.
and all. But what is your go-to meal? What is Keith when Keith's pulling those short days, those half days you pull?
The 10-hour half days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's 12, days split in 24-hour periods.
Right.
You're pulling the first 12 or the second 12.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, red beans and rice.
Love it.
Is that
Red
your
beans
go-to?
and rice. That's what I go to. We make the cornbread. We eat the cornbread from the
Logan
cornbread
Turnpike?
from Logan Turnpike. They send us their meal, and there's nothing better to me. Of course, I'm a very pedestrian person. I wouldn't know what to do with a lobster or anything. So, so red beans and rice is my go-to. Grab that, or even just one of the burgers.
The burgers are good. I like the shrimp po' boy.
Yeah.
The muffalata you did that time, phenomenal.
Yeah, we did those once, and I made 20-something of them, and I think we sold like 6.
Really?
And because you got to make them ahead of time,
Yeah.
so they can soak up all the goodness of that olive tapenade, and I think we weren't able to get the word out
Gotcha.
good enough. I think.
Yeah,
at the time.
I get that.
So that'll be coming up again.
What? Well, I know that you stick traditional because I'm sitting here thinking outside the box. Like, what if you did the muffalata hot on one of the hoagie rolls
Yeah, you could do that.
and like melted cheese, all the meat in there hot, almost like an Italian, and then put that tapenade
on there. Yeah.
Oh Lord!
Then that Leidenheimer roll would soak it up.
And
good.
then come up with some kind of, I won't say a mojo, but something like that, like a vinaigrette type thing to dip that thing in. Son, I'd
Sounds
hurt
like,
myself.
R&D is going to start here soon.
R&D meaning feeding our fat asses.
Yep.
Yeah, research and development, but
Yeah.
it's also feeding our fat asses.
Yep. I don't know. I could Friday fish fry.
Yep.
Like somebody was in here the other day and they were like, "Hey, there's no place around here that serves catfish," and I was like, "Bullshit."
Call
I
Keith.
said, call Keith Fridays. Go over there. It's a young guy. His name's Justin. Justin graduated from college a few years ago. He's a financial advisor from here, but was living in Florida. Loves to fish. Moved back to be close to family and friends, bringing friends in from out of town. And he was
Nice.
like, he comes in for breakfast and lunch a lot of times, especially on Fridays. But yeah, he's gonna be hitting you up soon.
Yeah, we do it's a half pound of fried catfish, quarter pound of fried shrimp, big mound of fries, a couple of hush puppies, a little bit of slaw for $19.
Can't beat it.
No,
That
it's-
much food.
it's
That's a lot of food. Yeah.
And
It's a lot of
and
food.
I will
like a
say
seafood
this:
platter.
if you leave and you're still hungry, you should have got the bread pudding too. I don't know how you would even where you would put it because I can't eat that much. I don't eat a lot anyway, but I definitely can't eat that much.
I do eat a lot, and that's still a lot of food.
That's a lot of food.
Yeah, it is. Good stuff, though, that catfish we get out of Mississippi.
Okay.
Yep, good farm-raised catfish from Mississippi. It's not bone-in. I have a lot of people come in wanting bone-in, but we don't do the bone-in stuff. It's
I just like the tails. Like I like to eat the tails.
crunchy tails.
Yeah.
The crunchy tails.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do. Like, we'd go catch brim and fry them, in the backyard.
Crappy.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Can't beat
We
it.
did. But, yeah, did that with my pop. Yep.
So Keith, where did you just fall into the culinary world, or is there somebody that inspired you to kind of?
Put myself through college, through high school and then into college with it, and after getting out of the military and then
We'll slide this up.
rolling into and tried going after college, tried to go and work in the office setting. That didn't work. I got back in the restaurant business. It's what I really enjoy doing. I enjoy the people. People say all the time, if I'm not busy and back, I'm out front talking to folks. No matter how bad
Facts.
they don't want to talk to me, I still make them talk to me.
That's what I kind of laugh at in here. Like I walk by, and you probably have the same thing. People kind of shoo you away when they're eating, and like I had to tell a guy one time. I said, "Hey man, I get it. I'm just checking on you, but this is my house.
Right.
Like I wouldn't walk in your house and not speak to you.
Yep.
Yep.
And, it's like, you and I have talked about this. It gives me a chance to check, and if something's not right, I can fix it right then.
That's right.
And if someone's ever in my restaurant, something's not right, let your server know, let me know, I'll fix it. I'll make it right.
That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
Gives us a chance to fix it.
Is a chance to fix it and make new friends.
Absolutely. I got a lot of good friends I've met over there. That's for sure.
Any famous ones?
Just you. That's it. You and Cam.
No Chipper?
Oh, well,
What,
Chipper.
that old retired baseball player that comes
retired
in?
baseball player. He comes in, a couple times a month usually. Him and his buddy Donnie, or him and his wife will come in.
I used to work with his wife.
Yep. Yeah, they last time they came in with their nanny, and she is from Louisiana.
Really?
Yeah, love the food.
Awesome.
It's awesome. It was great. But they're really good, down to earth folks.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. I don't ever talk to them about baseball. We always talk about hunting.
He does love to hunt. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it? I'm trying to remember. Wasn't it years ago? Wasn't he? I want to say it was like a snowstorm or something.
When he went and picked up Freddie on the four-wheeler.
on the four-wheeler. That's right.
We had that big snowstorm. Yeah.
He was down 400 on the four-wheeler,
Yeah,
picking him
four-wheeler
up.
guy.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
I had a ride one time on a four-wheeler from a friend of mine. His name's Smoothie. Smoothie used to be part owner. God, what was the name of that bar everybody hung out over in Roswell? I can't remember. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, he was part owner of Cheers. Called him Smoothie because he was the only one that didn't have any facial hair. But one time when we had the big snowstorm a few years ago, Smoothie came and picked me up on his four-wheeler and drove me all the way down to my house, which was in the very back of a neighborhood off of Bell's Ferry. And then the next day, he offered to leave it for me to take his four-wheeler so I could ride it back out the next morning, but I just walked it. But yeah, it was nice of him. It was quite scary though.
Yeah.
Okay, so in relation, a few weeks ago we had Billy Allen on here. Billy Allen talked about Smoothie on here, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Smoothie's piece of work.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Because he was talking about him hanging out.
I
in
saw
the
him
pool.
last night.
Yeah.
Over
Yeah.
Tattletales.
Oh yeah.
But is that Ross's?
Ross knows him too. We
Okay.
All, yeah.
Yeah.
He.
But doesn't Ross's dad, isn't he a bartender too? Or
No.
okay, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
No, Smoothie's been a bartender down at Tattletales for 20-something years, and now he owns a house up near 108 and 20, and drives his 67 red Corvette convertible around with
That's right.
427 4-speed.
He's a good dude.
He is. He's a cool guy. But he looks many years younger than
He does.
what he is.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because he's never had any stress in his life. He's never owned a restaurant, other than that one. That was many years ago. He's never been married, although he does have a girlfriend now that's a sweetheart. He doesn't have any kids. He doesn't have anything to be stressed over.
I think the kids are the main thing. Because Cam still doesn't have any gray hair yet.
Yeah,
Well, mine, hopefully get my last two off the payroll when they graduate from college this
How many
this year.
years?
Huh?
How many years?
They've been married 21 years. Or they've been here, they're 21 years old, sorry. Yeah, they're 21 years old. Hopefully get them off the payroll. But both of them graduate college this year, and one of them already has a job, so
nice.
Which one?
the nurse.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's a nurse, and what does Chris do?
He's
running for mayor, isn't he?
He wants to be mayor of Milledgeville, I'm pretty sure. But no, he's doing information systems focused on cybersecurity. So he won't have a problem getting a job either. So.
No, not at all.
Not this day and
My
age.
buddy Emery, that's he's in that realm of cybersecurity for the state.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said he needs to apply for the state first. Go to work for the government.
Let them pay.
Let them pay and get a
Those
pension.
benefits. Yep.
Yep.
So, but yeah, business has been good. Like I said, got the brunch going Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. We open at 10, so we are running our regular menu at 10 o'clock in the morning also.
Cool.
So that goes all the way till we close on Saturday and Sunday night. But yeah, the 10 to 2 brunch has been great. People have well received. Come in there, get them a couple of mimosas, glass of wine, cold beer, have some beignets or some bananas Foster French toast. or some of that stuff. Just enough to throw you into a diabetic coma.
Uh-huh.
And then you stick around for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Have some red beans and rice, some bread pudding,
Yeah.
Po' boy or two.
a po' boy or two. Dinner's not far off from there.
Yeah.
Like, especially on a Saturday, watch college football, drink some beers.
Watch, I got 7 big screens.
He does. He's got it set up.
I don't have the what is it, that the feed where I can get all the games.
The
but
NFL ticket?
I'll get most of them. I have DirecTV, and we have ESPN back now, so that's good.
Thank God. That sucked.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Did y'all? I haven't watched TV
It
in
was
years.
only for like
Couple weeks.
It wasn't even a full month, but it was a licensing problem with Disney
Disney-
and DirecTV.
Disney
And
wanted more money.
DirecTV.
Leave that damn mouse alone.
Exactly.
Leave it up to the mouse to screw
Yep.
everything up. Oh God. So what's next?
One day sleep, but not yet. We're gonna do a grand opening for the brunch. We'll be doing. We're gonna do a limited amount of turkeys and hams and stuff for Thanksgiving, but a very limited amount. I've already got a fairly large list already, so we just don't have the room to store everything, and I don't have the smoker space.
Yeah.
That's the next thing. So
Yeah.
probably get me a good outdoor offset or something to do stuff like that on.
I got you. Yeah.
So we got a few things in the works that we're looking at, doing a lot of cool stuff with, we did some work with, Butterfly Whispers, Charity, and Daniel Melton and those folks. Fed 200 folks with them, and we're just trying to get integrated well into the neighborhood and take care of folks because they're taking good care of me right now.
Yeah.
So
I think you've done an excellent job of that. I mean, you hit the ground running in Hickory Flat, not just Hickory Flat, but Cherokee County as a whole. The Back the Blue event that we did earlier this year
Right.
together, we've done, and it's just so cool to see how you've
and
really
we still have to give the sheriff his money.
Yeah, we got to get it. We raised some money, and we just haven't had a chance to do it.
He's been in the restaurant twice, and I'm like, we need a time and a date. Just let me know when y'all can come over, and we'll take some pictures. And I said, you don't have to do that. I'll just write you the check.
Yeah,
He said, well, I'll be back with you.
yeah.
And then I never hear from him until he comes eats again.
Frank's a good dude.
They're good. He's a good man for sure.
Yep. So, with all of that being said, what is Keith's guilty pleasure? Doesn't have to be food.
Well, there's always food involved, but no, my it's not really guilty pleasure. Whenever I can have time with my wife, I like to have time with my wife. It
There you
does
go.
not happen very often.
There you go.
Her being a charge nurse up here at Northside on labor and delivery, she's been there since '99.
Wow.
She was over at the old RT Jones, and then she moved over, and she's a labor and delivery charge nurse up there. So her hours are wacky. Plus, she is a workout fanatic,
I remember you saying that.
Just like Keith.
just like me. I got to keep this pear shape somehow. So, yeah, I mean, so just trying to get time with her, and whenever the kids are home, just trying to. I wouldn't say it's a guilty pleasure. It's just something I really like to do. You know what? As far as food, guilty pleasure, Basket Shack for breakfast.
I've never been for breakfast.
Basket
missing
Shack for
out.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Their biscuits are really good. Keithsburg for breakfast.
Yep. Keithsburg for
Love
breakfast.
Keithsburg. And I love their lunch, too. I'm just not up here in this
Yeah.
area during lunch. I will sometimes sneak up here. Unless it's a Friday, then I'll come by here. So, but
But both of those places remind me of the grill in Athens, especially Basket Shack.
yeah.
I mean, just don't look around. Just eat.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. There's something nostalgic about going in a place like that that's been around that
Or the
long.
taco stand.
Taco stand. If you go to Athens and you don't eat at the taco stand while you're there, there's something wrong with you. There's going to be even more wrong with you afterwards, but
For sure.
golly, I love that place. I could
about-
eat there every time.
My kids talk about Mama's Boy
Mama's Boy is good.
in
So
Athens.
a guy I grew up with, somehow I think he's married to the lady that owned it or started it. and all. But I tell you what, they used to, and I don't know if I haven't eaten at Mama's Boy in a long time, at least 10 years. So their corned beef hash used to be my go-to, and I craved it all the time. And their biscuits. Now, they had square biscuits, and they were like that thick. They were big old thick biscuits, and they made their own jelly. Oh. And it was like local berries. Like it was, I think it was blackberry jelly because it had seeds in it. But it was some of the best jelly and biscuits. Like I can make myself sick off of that. But Mama's Boy is up there. I like Mama's Boy. Never eaten there for lunch. I've always eaten breakfast there. It's always been crowded. I know they've got several locations now and all. But yeah, taco stand. I think they're proud of their 1.2 star rating.
Yeah, probably so.
I don't think they care.
Hard to keep it.
I mean, it's hard to keep that up. I mean,
yeah, don't come and give me a 2 or a 3.
That's right.
And raise my rating.
But the thing is I love that people write those bad reviews like
It's gonna matter.
Like it matters.
Yeah.
Like anybody cares. We're not going. It's like writing a review for Waffle House. Like who cares?
Yep.
That's true. But food guilty pleasure, 2 of them. Red Eye Mule.
Solid.
Their Sabra has a great restaurant down there, and her corned beef hash is really good. She does smoked corned beef hash, amazing, and Brandy's hot dogs.
Ooh. We were just talking about now. My dad hasn't ever been to Brandy's, and I don't know if he'll go now because he ate Varsity the other day, and he said he said it like to have killed him. So he said he will never go back to Varsity again. I don't know why, but that's what he said.
My wife will only eat Varsity once a year. She said it just doesn't agree with her, but Brandy's hot dogs. You know, you go down there to that little spot over there off of was it Church Street?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's right down from Marietta Feed and Seed. Get you a couple of chili slaw dogs.
So that's more of a dog sauce, I think. Their chili's
yeah.
way more like a dog sauce.
It is, and depending on how upset or pissed off somebody is, whoever makes the chili in the morning,
how spicy it is.
depends on how spicy it is. If somebody's really mad, you are going to be pulling your toenails out of the end of your shoes.
But it is so good.
It is good, and you have sodas, water, and sweet tea.
Cash only.
Cash only,
Simple.
and fries or onion rings.
One day, if this barbecue thing doesn't work out for Keith and I, we're going to have a hot dog cart together.
Yep.
Cash only. And we're just going to sling wieners all day long.
Well, either that or go down to, like the guys down at, is it Alice Beach down there, Santa Rosa? The guys that have the donut truck.
Yes.
They have the donut truck, and you go, and they're open until they sell out of donuts. And if they don't want to be open long, they just don't make a bunch of donuts.
That's awesome.
And they leave early, and they go fishing. And what's funny is the owners sit over on a bench next to the truck and let the young folks run the truck. And they just sit there and watch things going on.
Why even show up? Like, leave it running and then go fishing on your own. Yeah.
Well, you know, that's what they do.
I've learned that a lot of people at the beach, like, they're on that time. Like,
Yeah.
like if they don't want to work, I'm not coming in today.
I had, years ago, I worked for Bill Palmer, who owned, he started Applebee's.
Okay.
Here in Atlanta, sold it out to W.R. Grace in Kansas City, but he kept the rights to the locations here. And he had a buddy that had the rights to open in the Caribbean, and he was building one in Curacao.
Really?
And they built it, and it took 4 times the normal amount of time to build it
I wonder why.
because of island time. And then once they opened, they never could open on time because people just showed up when the heck they were going to do. And if they didn't, if you, you said, we're going to fire you, they said, okay, fine, fire me, I don't care. And they just turn around, walk out, and they'd be done. It stayed open about 6 months, and then they shut it down. And now it's probably some kind of fish shack or something.
I could go for a fish sack.
Absolutely.
Shack.
Fish shack.
Fish shack.
Absolutely.
Oh, God. I could talk about food all night long.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
You know, Cam, you went to Wardlaw's this weekend.
Yep. Awesome as always.
Phenomenal, isn't it? Have you been yet?
Nope.
We got to plan a trip one
Yeah.
Saturday. Well, We may have to go on a Thursday or something.
We found out Saturdays aren't a good day to take off.
Well, no, I'm talking for you, for Ross.
Oh yeah.
Getting Ross in there on a Saturday.
Well, I'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. I'm off. I'm taking off Friday the 15th. I got to go up. My daughter's being into the Hall of Fame of nursing students. I don't know what it is. She's done so well. They have like a big thing where they're.
She's still in Athens, right?
Yeah, she goes to the Augusta School of Nursing.
I got you.
Very cool.
Yep. Now, how many times a week does she eat taco stand?
Probably a lot. Probably a lot because we don't give her a whole lot of money to live off of.
You know, I'm telling you, man, that chicken quesadilla there, or the chicken burrito, combo burrito, like it'll clean you out, but it's
It'll fill you up for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Then it empties you right out.
Yeah. I mean, just think of making quesadilla in the microwave with deli paper wrapped around it, and you have to peel the deli paper off of it.
Yeah, it's because it's
That's
stuck.
stuck to the tortilla.
Yeah.
Steamed through the tortilla.
Yep.
Cali and Tito's.
Cali and Tito's is another phenomenal place. We were talking about Cuban food earlier.
Yep.
You know?
Amazing.
So we have a customer that comes in here. His name's Raul, and Raul, he's probably watching us right out here. Hey, Raul. But he keeps getting on to me that my mojo is not Cuban. It's a Spanish mojo because I put cilantro in it. And he said I needed to go buy Goya mojo, so it would be traditional. He said that's the closest thing to traditional mojo.
Cuban mojo.
Cuban mojo.
Right.
Miss Debbie, I need some advice. If you don't know Miss Debbie, we're going to have her on here one night. That would be a hoot.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Do you know Miss Debbie over at Havana Sandwich Shop? Like they've been.
I know Venice. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the owner.
Yeah.
Her and her son.
It's hilarious going in. The first time Britt and I ever went in there, there's no, like, we got there when they first opened, and we walk in, and you just hear people in the back, and we're like, just waiting. You just start hearing shit get thrown and cussing out, and they're like, yes, this is going to be awesome.
A great lunch.
She cracks me up. She comes in here all the time, and she's a mess. But that would be a good one to have on here.
Yeah.
I mean, the story she could tell us. 40 years in the same.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it burned, and they moved down the street for a little while, but they're back in their original location. But they've been around Atlanta for over 40 years.
It's insane.
Years, killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Great food.
When we used to live down in Brookhaven, whenever people would come in from out of town, they're like, we're taking you there for lunch. Like,
I hate that the Rusty Nail Club.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
One of us should have got that smoker.
Oh, the one
The
with
gun- the
with
revolver?
revolver out front.
Yeah.
Yeah. They. My wife's friend Pat was in our wedding 30 years ago, and Pat, that was her hangout, and then they shut down. And I think they shut down because Pat moved to Panama City, and she wasn't there spending money anymore. That's probably what happened. She was there a lot.
I'll never forget. Like, I was 18 years old, just graduated high school, started working in Atlanta on elevators, and like this drunkard that they put me with on this job, that's where we ate all the time, and he would hammer beers all day long in there. Like, we were at lunch for 3 hours. Like, I didn't know any different.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is awesome.
This is great.
Yeah. The place smelled horrible.
Yep.
Food was horrible. Actually, it was pretty good. The burgers were good.
Yeah.
The food was decent.
Yeah.
There wasn't nothing wrong with that. It's like going to Docks down there near the stadium. You ever been to Docks?
No.
It's been there for many years. It's been there long enough that you stick to the carpet when you walk through.
Nice.
So I have a rule about eating places with carpet because of the rusty nail.
Absolutely. You're right.
Because Locos in Athens used to have carpet on the one at Baxter Street, and it always smelled weird. Like it smelled of somebody had too much fun.
I had a friend of mine who picked up a old bar here in Canton and went in to look at it after it had been closed, probably closed 6 months or a year, and goes and looks in the back, and there are mushrooms growing out of the carpet.
Nice.
I know which bar that is.
I know you do.
Yep.
I'll be seeing that gentleman tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, will you?
Yeah, I got to go see him.
With some good folks.
Yep.
Jeff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah, he is. He's a trip. The stories he can tell. We should have him on
You
here.
should have. Jeff has been in the restaurant business for.
Oh, I know.
You should bring Jeff in. That would be so much fun.
We may have to sell that under a paywall or something.
That might check the FCC rules and everything
Yeah.
before you bring him.
Yeah,
in.
we got to make sure that we're not incriminating him by the time we get done.
He's awesome. That would be a great show.
No, Jeff's an awesome dude. We'll get
Yeah.
get him and Moondog in here together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it has nothing to do with food,
Do
but
it.
Hey,
they are craftsmen though.
They are for sure. I tell you what, when I had my bike, and nobody else I'd take it to.
Yep. So they own Speed Standard over here.
Okay.
You know.
Right across from the Basket Shack.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do a great job. Better have a Harley. That's what they're going to work on. That's it.
Well, I don't have that. Don't have.
I don't anymore.
I need to get a new pair of boots. These are about 6 months old.
They're getting there.
It's not that they're wore out. It's just, restaurant work. No,
They just don't last.
Yeah.
nothing lasts like it used to.
No.
So Cam, what you got going on this week? Anything fun?
Going to shoot up at Garland Saturday.
Okay. Are they got the restaurant back open yet, or is
They're
it
doing food trucks.
food trucks? That'd be
They
cool.
do that for my brother-in-law. 'Cause
Okay.
They're doing his baby shower.
At Garland?
No.
Oh.
So the girls are going to do the baby shower, and we were like, all right, you come up here and let's go shoot.
There
So,
you go.
something nice for them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think so. Miles we're doing his hunter safety course on Saturday. So he's been dying to go hunting. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And then here at the restaurant, if you didn't come in for the brisket fried rice today, I cooked 25 pounds of jasmine rice today. Or it wasn't jasmine, close enough, basmati.
There you go.
And
A lot of rice.
it was a lot of washing rice too, because you got to rinse that shit to make
Absolutely.
it sticky.
So is Chaz going to go work over at the hibachi place now after cooking it
You know,
all
he
day?
came from Rock and Roll Sushi.
I forgot he did.
Yeah,
They're getting ready to open a new one down at the mill.
Really?
Rock and Roll Sushi. They're gonna have 2 locations. They're moving this one.
I don't know. I saw a sign in there the other day when I was leaving, holding my head down and going out the back way.
Well, let's just go ahead and talk about that. Like, I know that I didn't go to Denim Fest. One, I had family stuff going on and all that. But 2, like, whatever. The way it was sold to me, and nothing I'm saying is bashing anybody by no means, because it's the honest truth of how it was sold to me when they wanted to do it. They wanted to do it like a Koshan.
Right.
To this day, it has been nothing like a Koshan.
Not at all. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to complain about what happened. I am very happy.
Right. It's fun.
Brian did a great job. His food was good. They're good folks. They have a great restaurant up here in Ball Ground.
No, I totally agree.
And yeah, that's great. But I was a little disappointed this year they didn't do whole hog.
Right.
Because that definitely separates some people from the other folks.
But to that extent, one thing that always kind of not really bothered me, but like we were getting hogs in, and like not just commodity hogs, we were getting some
Right.
really good hogs in, and they were bringing in, and people were coming in and they had never cooked a hog before.
Right.
Like the first year, somebody set one on fire.
Yep. I remember that one.
Absolutely.
And it's and it's nothing. And I understand why they switched to butts, because one, it's more cost effective, especially if you have people coming in that have never cooked a hog before.
Right.
Because you ruin one. I feel like when you ruin stuff like that, you're ruining the experience for the guests that are coming in to try the food.
Absolutely. But I mean, the biggest thing is and I don't want to get all philosophical and everything, but you're taking a creature that gave its all, and you're not
Paying the respect.
the respect that it deserves.
100%.
You're not supposed to sacrifice them.
No,
I mean, you're sacrificing them, but they're not supposed to be an offering.
they're not
Yes.
supposed to be cremated.
Yes, exactly. And you know, it's the same thing for a restaurant. Like, yeah, I could cook more food every day, and I could not sell out every day. But at the end of the day, I'm wasting, and that animal gave its life for you to eat and for us to eat and enjoy and fellowship around.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you stick to your laurels, and I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste if that animal gave its life, I want to use it.
Right.
Use it to eat, use it to fill somebody's, like, it's just, but back to Denim Fest. I think that it's a great thing. Me personally, I think you should take it and make it where it's a group effort
Right.
to make it a awesome event.
Yeah.
I think you bring in some chefs, everybody collaborates across the board on serving amazing food.
Yeah.
Like from breaking down that hog to okay, I broke this hog down. All right, you take the loins, you go do this with those loins. All right, you take the hams, you take the ribs, you take the cheek meat, the bellies, you go do this. Oh, you're going to do pork chops? Well, here you go. Here, have this. Like that kind
That
of
would
event.
be exciting.
That would be, and that's what originally I think they wanted it to be. And it just kind of snowballed from there because I think they struggled finding people that shared that vision. I won't say passion because everybody's passionate about barbecue and passionate about cooking. I love live fire cooking. It doesn't have to be barbecue. I love direct fire cooking. I love cooking anything over a live fire. And I think, and maybe that's not the right arena for it, but I think there would be something to having something like that here. Not just here. Cam and I have talked about this. Bringing in some
Folks from outside of the area.
Oh, yeah.
That's
you know,
right.
that are well known or known in maybe just the barbecue community, and we know what their contribution would be to doing something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, because I don't think I think we're selling ourselves short just on barbecue, and I think that's why Keith and I kind of share that same passion of we love barbecue and we love to serve it, but that's not our only. We're not a one-trick pony.
It's not the only thing in our bag of tricks.
That's right, and that's what I love about it because you can take a piece of meat, a smoked piece of meat, and you can turn it into so many things besides just
like fried rice.
Like a pork
Lots
sandwich.
of fried rice.
You take that pork sandwich, make a steamed bun out of it.
Or some Dove pierogies.
Dove. This joker made Dove pierogies the other night and didn't even bring any tonight.
That plate, we made 22, I think.
That took 24 hours, didn't it?
To make. It took, we knocked them out. My cousin made the dough, and I cooked up the Dove, and, it was just magical.
That's so nice, man.
And the night before, we'd been drinking. I was like, we need to, because we had a family funeral to go to, and my cousins came up from Savannah, and he's in the restaurant industry, and went to Johnson Wales, super creative. And we're in the garage throwing darts, drinking beer, and I was like, we need to do something to, pay homage to my grandmother, because she loved to cook, and she was a great cook. And I was like, she always loved making pierogies. And he's like, let's do it. And I'm like, all right. And I was like, I got some Dove in the freezer. And he's like, what? And I was like,
There you go.
I'm telling you. And I had pre-marinated it before I froze it, and some W sauce and some thyme and I remember some singe, and just pan-seared them off and hit it with some of Mikey's shiitake rub. Sliced it thin, whipped it into the mashed potatoes, pan-fried and some onions, and
Love pierogies, man.
yeah.
Oh, I could eat my weight in
Yeah.
this.
I do have to say, I had some of my regulars. It's Jordan and Gage Carter. They come in. They've done a few birthday parties and done some catering and stuff. They called me a couple weeks ago and said, listen, remember how you did our turkey last year and you did a Cajun-injected smoked turkey for us for Thanksgiving? I was like, yeah, absolutely. He says, can you do that and get me a couple of chickens and smoke them for me and inject them? Absolutely. He took that chicken and pulled it, and Gage made an andouille and that chicken gumbo, and he hunted me down at Denim Fest and gave me some brought me some after he'd made it.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm gonna have to steal that.
149 Reinhardt College Parkway, Suite 13.
Yeah,
If you have
man.
any left over, I
Let
will
me
be
tell
waiting.
you, I had that for dinner on Sunday.
Mm.
So good. Just made a big thing of rice. Threw that. So good.
I don't do enough gumbos or soups. Like, it's getting to be soup weather.
Yep.
Britt keeps hitting me up every week. Hey, when you doing that brisket and mushroom chowder? It's coming, Britt. It's coming. I promise.
I've gotten the chili call because I'll do brisket and pork chili. Oh God! And they say, "Are you going to put beans in it?" I said, "Yeah." You know what I do? I don't even mess with making beans. I just take my red beans that are already mixed, red beans,
Throw a
for the
little
red
in
beans
there,
and
and when
rice,
you-
with the
Perfect.
andouille and
Oh,
throw
yeah.
that in there. It adds a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
other layer of flavor.
Well, then you could do it with or without beans if they wanted it. Like, just throw
No,
them
I
in there.
do, when I make it,
you
it
make
all
it in.
goes in there.
Okay.
It's so good. So yeah, that's coming up soon. Got the man. I made chili at the house today. So
Is that what you're eating for dinner? Or have you already eaten it?
Already ate dinner. You know, I'm old. I eat it like 4:30.
I love just soup season, stews, chilies.
And my dad, my mom, I was talking to them yesterday. He made Irish stew the other night.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I remember that from being a kid. Stew beef, some tomatoes, onions, potatoes in there. Golly, but his was more like a broth
Okay.
than it was like a thick stew, like an iron. I loved it. Like,
Yeah.
like that was one with cornbread.
So we went camping over the weekend, and whenever we go, Brittany's always like, "You've got to make your beef stew." I do it over open fire. I've got a huge cast iron Dutch oven. It takes like 4 hours to make it, but it is just so
So good.
good.
That's good because you do that while you're watching football. all
Exactly.
day. Yeah.
You know what the other big seller right now is?
What's that?
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf is a good seller.
We are selling so much of that Cajun meatloaf. And my social media company that takes care of me,
Yeah.
it's called Rustic Blossoms, by the way. Great. Haley Ward. Check her out. She'll take good care of you.
She is looking for a new car. She
Yep.
will trade for social media marketing.
Duck,
She,
find her a car.
She posted yesterday about the meat. Posted a picture of the meatloaf and everything. And meatloaf sales today went out the roof.
Oh yeah, that's all it takes is like
that's-
a
Do you
little
do the
tickler.
meatloaf all the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's we take andouille sausage and break it down and mix that in with the beef with everything in, so you get a little bit of that spice.
Yeah.
And we do it over red skin mashed potatoes, and you get another choice of another side, and then we take our etouffee sauce.
Yeah.
And heat that up, put that over the top of it.
Oh man.
So good, and it's
God,
so
that
tender,
sounds so good.
and we sell so much of it. But I tell you what, that picture Haley put up.
We're gonna have to update the picture though because it's got the green beans in it.
Yeah, you know, I actually did green beans for a party. I'm gonna if I could get a good source of green beans, it'd be one thing. But I can't get a good source of green beans.
It's that produce guy.
Yeah. Right this time of year, it's every produce.
Yeah.
I know it is. I know it is. Keith's green beans are one of my favorites. And I wish I did. Yeah, so there's two different styles of cooking green beans: saute them like Keith does, or cook every bit of nutrients out of them like I do, and then put your own flavor into it. That's what I do. That's what I grew up on.
Yep.
That's what I grew up on.
They're good and healthy. There's nothing left of them. It's all
Everything my mom cooked was cooked until it couldn't be cooked any longer.
That's right. Green beans shriveled up. That's the best way to eat them. though.
Yep.
I think that's the only way I've ever eaten a green bean.
And that and green bean casserole.
Yes.
And then then we got into the the sauteed green beans. We blanch them off a little bit, and then we'll toss them with a little of our spicy barbecue and a little bit of crushed red pepper,
Nice.
and serve those. But I did 3 pounds of those for an event this weekend.
So I did a grape salad last week to put on the board. It sold pretty good. I think people weren't.
Mr. Aubrey, bring you some grapes.
I went and bought some. I didn't get him.
Mr. Aubrey brought me a beautiful thing. Some of the nicest grapes I've seen.
He brought
all
me some of
year.
that lettuce you use, that small romaine.
Oh yeah, the romaine hearts.
The little ones though, the little
Yeah.
short ones.
Yeah.
Like I made a BLT sandwich because somebody cooked off bacon in here. I did steal it. cooked off bacon in here, and that's what I ate. Was a BLT sandwich with that and a few of those tomatoes they bring in.
Yep.
I don't know where he gets that lettuce from, but it's good. They're like little. They're only about this tall.
Really?
Tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. But that grape salad, it's grapes, so I did red and green. And I wish Mr. Aubrey would have brought me some instead of buying the ones I bought because, when they're full of GMOs, they lose a lot of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were perfect, but
Yep.
but I did cream cheese, sour cream, and sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then once we portioned it out, I just dusted the top with some cinnamon sugar. It was pretty good.
Wow, that does sound
Sounds
good.
really good.
And, a lot of people are like, grape salad? What are you talking about? Like,
Old school.
It was good. It was old
Yeah, it's
school.
old school stuff.
Yeah.
My daughter brought back a recipe from Alaska when she was teaching up there,
Whale blubber?
basically.
Okay.
But they pick all the berries, and they have blueberries, and they have a couple other. They have one called salmon berries.
Yep.
They're these big. They're about this big around, and they're the color of salmon, and they're a little sweet. But actually, she says like strawberry rhubarb. Yeah, and they get these, and they mix that with a little bit of sugar and well fat, and put it in the freezer, and that's what they ate. That was their ice cream. And she brought that recipe home. I'm like,
Where
are you
gonna-
sourcing that
I was
well?
about to say, yeah. Where you?
She said, well, they use Crisco sometimes.
Hey,
too,
Georgia
but,
Aquarium.
Yeah, can I get a little bit of
Where
that?
did y'all put that dying well?
Yeah.
Do y'all know when y'all gonna
Cut
put
me off
that in a
slabs of
dumpster
that
out
blow
there? Oh, man.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, she learned a lot up there.
I
That's for
bet.
sure.
I bet.
It's cool.
Survival of the fittest up there.
Let me tell you, when she called and said it was 60 degrees below with the wind chill, and they called school off because you only see like two feet in front of your face. And she had already walked to school a half mile by then,
Frozen.
frozen.
Uphill both ways.
Yeah, in the snow.
In the snow.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
But for
really
real.
snow, but no, there's not a bit of skin left.
Yeah.
Because you can't, if you expose skin, you're done. So
Come out looking like the kid
she
from
learned a
Christmas
lot, and I tell
Story.
you, now she's over in Athens, teaching
Yeah.
4th grade. So,
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yep.
that's a cool. Athens is a good town.
It sure is.
Yeah, we had a
Other
good
than
time.
the government, it's a great town.
We had a good time at Athens Country Club.
Yeah, you went out there for pickleball.
My daughter played pickleball.
They
together.
annihilated the pickleball court. Is what I heard.
Came in 3rd place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep, there were 4 teams, and one of them had to back out, so they did come in 3rd place. Though. True story.
Hey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Hey,
A win is a win.
That's right.
wins win no
As
matter.
long as
how
they're
you
having
get it.
That's
fun.
right.
No, they played great. They actually did.
Yeah,
Good teams out there.
So what is your favorite cold side?
My favorite cold side?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be one you have in the restaurant.
No, I love and I don't even have potato salad. And I love potato salad.
I love potato salad.
I love a good, whether it's your regular Southern style with the mustard and everything in it, or I'll do a baked potato salad with butter and sour cream and chives
hot.
and bacon, and
Yep.
do it hot.
Yep.
And cheese. Yeah, man, I love a good potato salad.
I've been on this broccoli salad kick, and it's good. It's really good. But, like, we use our slaw dressing in it.
Yeah.
Chop up some broccoli, a little bacon, a little red onion in it.
That sounds great.
Super simple, but it's so good. Like, I like that. I like potato salad. I eat potato salad at least once a week. So, speaking of potato salad, what is everybody eats gumbo with potato salad.
I haven't heard of that.
Is it gumbo or jambalaya that the Cajuns eat with potato salad? It's gumbo. Like you take gumbo and you're supposed to eat it with potato salad.
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of that.
They put
now I need
potato
to try it.
salad in it.
I know the Hawaiians eat a lot of macaroni salad.
Yep, mac
Yep.
salad.
Yep.
And then Rochester, New York, home of the garbage plate.
Yep.
You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
It's got hamburger patty and hot dogs. It has baked beans, macaroni salad, potato salad, one or two other things. And they just pile it all on.
God.
That's like the their answer to Waffle House.
Yeah.
At 3 a.m.
So what's your favorite macaroni salad? Do you like a mayonnaise base? Do you like a vinaigrette?
I'm more of a vinegar.
I like
vinegar
it too.
base.
Yeah, me too.
Although I do.
But Hawaiians, The Hawaiian potato salad,
It's mayonnaise
mayo.
based.
mayo based, yeah,
Yeah,
not
that
potato
and
pasta
spam.
So
salad.
they slide some spam in there too.
Absolutely, you got to have the spam.
You know, we were talking about that today. Chaz and I were about what's the dish that it's almost like sushi that you
Me and a friend of mine were literally just talking about.
It starts with an M.
M, yeah. We only had a device.
we're only retarded half the time.
Now I'm retarded the other half of the time.
Well.
So, but yeah, a lot of spam over there.
So I like spam. I want to do a spam biscuit.
That'd
Oh
be cool.
yeah,
Spam and
Fry
hot
it up.
honey.
There you go.
Spam and hot honey biscuit. Something like that. But
that'd be great.
But no, Chaz and I were talking. What if we did it? You know, because it's the rice, it's the sushi rice, piece of spam that's we could smoke it or whatever. My thought was put a piece of brisket on it.
Musubi? M-U-S?
Musubi, yes, musubi is what it's called. Put a piece of brisket on it, or we could do meatloaf.
Yeah,
Put that on there, wrap it up in the seaweed, and serve it like that. Little drizzle of
Brush it with like a soy reduction too, with some ginger.
soy and gochujang,
Yeah.
something a little spicy on
A
there.
little green onion on top too.
Yeah.
man, we're getting fancy now.
I don't know if we're getting fancy or just hungry. But see, I don't know how to do that in a restaurant setting without having somebody just dedicated to making those all day long.
That's when we at Ray's, we had at Killer Creek and Ray's in the city, we actually had sushi bars, and we were
Y'all
rolling.
good sushi too.
Yeah, we rolled sushi. We rolled a lot of sushi, and I tell you what, you have to have someone dedicated to doing nothing but rolling sushi.
Yep.
My favorite sushi place, and I haven't eaten there in years, but it's called Orient Garden over in Sewanee. And there's a little sushi guy back there, like he's 50, 60 years old, and like just crushes it. But makes some of the best rolls you. And like their Chinese food is really good, but their sushi is like phenomenal to
Yeah.
me. Like I like a place when you go get a spicy tuna roll, the tuna's still whole. It's not
Yes.
chopped
Right.
up with mayonnaise
Yeah,
in it.
or
and-
it turns into a paste.
yeah, I don't
It's-
want the paste. I want the solid piece of tuna in there. I'm willing to pay for it.
Get the hand rolls.
Yes,
the ones
the
that are
cone.
like the cone shape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's Have you been? That's called sushi. Have y'all been to Sushi Brothers down off 92? Okay, Sushi Brothers, where Stevie B's used
Yeah,
to be.
barbecue.
Yeah, right next to Barbecue, right near Bubba's place. But they're closed on Tuesdays. Every time I want it, it's Tuesday. It's just like every time I want Chick-fil-A, it's Sunday.
Yep.
They should not be able to advertise Chick-fil-A on Sunday.
They shouldn't.
No. But getting back to
That's not the work of the Lord. That's the work of the devil doing that.
Sushi Brothers, it's all you can eat. But they have like 4 guys back there, and they do not roll your sushi rolls or anything until you order it. So it's not like they're just putting it out there and you go get it off the thing. They bring it to you. They also have hibachi. They have all that. And it's like $18 or $19 for lunch.
Don't they charge you extra if you leave rice
If you
or something?
no, if you order too many rolls and you don't eat all the rolls, they'll charge you a little bit extra for the stuff you're taking off.
Really?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna have to Maggie. That on our list of trying. Speaking of 92, Polo Dorado down there. I know we've talked about this place multiple times, but I'm telling you, man, like if you don't go, like it's Hispanic rotisserie chicken
Is that the one?
in the old Pizza Hut, 92 in Bells Ferry.
Like you're going out
Oh,
towards.
okay. Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah,
I'll have to try that out.
it's phenomenal. Like they're super good, and they were telling me, one of my reps was telling me how much chicken they go through a week.
Yeah.
Like they have their own, they get it directly from the chicken processor. They go through so much.
They go through Prestige Farms or someone like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they
Slinging birds.
yeah,
Hey.
200 and something cases or something like that.
Jesus.
I mean, between like 3 stores, but still.
Still, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of yard bird.
Absolutely.
So I don't get out much. I really, my places I want to try, Owens and Hull. I haven't been there yet. I've eaten Brian's food before, but I've not eaten it in that setting. I want to go there because, you know, Daniel Vaughn said that was one of the top places around.
Right.
Sam and I ate at Heirloom a couple of weeks ago, and always a solid choice.
Absolutely. Pork sandwich with kimchi.
Yes.
My favorite.
Their pickles are good. Their kimchi. And speaking of which, I know I'm kind of ADD. So Sunday night, I was telling you this, I made a salmon bowl.
Okay.
So I cubed up the salmon, tossed it in that House Divided rub out there with a little sesame oil. Put it in the air fryer. Yes, I cheated. Put it in the air fryer, cooked that, made up rice. So put the salmon on top, cut up some fresh avocado, quick pickled some cucumbers and carrots, some cilantro to go with it, a little yum sauce and a little sriracha in there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it was good. It was one of the best bowls I think I've
That's
ever.
awesome.
Yeah, that with some raw tuna
Yeah.
would have been phenomenal.
Wow. Yep.
And you said your son makes
My
stuff
son
like that.
did it a couple of times when he was home during the summer. He just made his first trip home since he started school back in, I guess, late July. No, mid-August. He just made his first trip back.
Well, you know, Mayor's got a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah. He came back to help me with Denim Fest.
He was there last year too, wasn't
Yeah.
They both were.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, both him, Lindsay, and Paige was there too. So,
Yeah.
all three of them were there. So, and my wife was there last year.
Yep.
That's
But
right.
Everybody had something going on except for me and Chris. So, we were both there.
Oh darn!
The dog.
Super busy.
The dog didn't make it. That's the only thing.
I tell you what, the dogs are the best thing out there. I'd rather be around dogs than some humans most days.
100%.
Yes,
Say old saying, one day I hope to be the person my dog thinks I am.
that's
Yep.
right.
For sure.
And if y'all didn't see it, Cam's dog was dressed up as a ghost for Halloween. I'm hoping that's what it was dressed as.
Very nice.
Yes,
That's awesome.
he has a bloodhound. She's awesome.
She's a goof.
Yeah, and also that's about all we got going on around here. Is a bunch of goofballs talking about food and
Getting hungry.
life, and getting hungry, and all.
it.
So Keith,
Jonathan Payton concert
oh yeah, that's right.
Saturday night.
Yep, Action Building. Jonathan Payton and
Yeah,
Abby are
okay.
playing.
We'll be
Yeah.
serving some sandwiches.
Oh, you gonna be
Cool.
over there vending? Heck yeah! You sponsoring?
No, I'm just selling.
You're just selling. Well, I may be over there buying then.
I'll be there. We're gonna do some chicken, some pork, and some brisket.
Cool.
Heck yeah!
Yep.
Right on.
What time's that concert start?
I think doors open at 6 and concert
It ain't
starts
sold
at
out
7.
yet, is it?
I don't know. Haven't heard anything from Mr. Lamb.
I haven't either. Not that I would, but I haven't either.
I'll let you know if I do.
Okay.
I'll tell him to give
So,
me.
guys, y'all hit it up. Jonathan is a great American, unbelievable guy, super talented. Toured with Zach Bryan last year for a while, so he's a local guy. If you haven't heard his music, he's phenomenal.
Absolutely. Good stuff,
Yeah.
man.
Got a great voice. I think his wife carries him, but in the
Most
duo.
of our wives do.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah. No, Jonathan, you're awesome. Abby's awesome. And also that's about all I got tonight, man. Appreciate you coming in.
Hey.
Thank you, sir.
I know we
Always good.
Thank you.
we didn't get to talk about everything, but we talked about a lot of nonsense.
Sure did.
Absolutely. That's the fun part.
That
That's
is the
right.
fun part.
That's right. Hey, y'all tune in. We'll have this uploaded on YouTube. Share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe. Watch. I mean, just put it on repeat. Get us some watch time on there so we can one day pay for a new camera that broke tonight.
Yeah, you really. Really.
Yeah, just joking, kinda. Anyway, we love you guys.
See y'all.
We'll see y'all next week.